Foreigners keep saying the same thing when they arrive in the Philippines. I thought I came for the beaches, but that wasn't the real reason I stayed. Because the truth? The real reason foreigners keep moving here has almost nothing to do with the weather, the islands, or the low cost of living. It's something deeper, something powerful, and something they never expected. Ask any foreigner what shocked them first. It's not the heat, not the traffic, not even the food, it's the welcome. The moment they land in the Philippines, something unexpected happens. Before they even step outside the airport, someone smiles at them. Not a polite smile, but a genuine, warm, "I'm glad you're here" smile. Then another one, and another. A simple good morning from a stranger feels different here, lighter, warmer, almost personal. As if it carries a message behind it. You're safe. You're welcome, you belong. Foreigners say the same thing again and again. It felt like I walked into a community, not a country. Because in the Philippines, warmth isn't just cultural, it's instinctive. At baggage claim, someone helps them lift a heavy suitcase and without being asked. At the taxi line, a random person explains which ride is safest, without expecting anything in return. At the exit doors, a security guard flashes a smile so sincere it feels like a greeting from an old friend. And once they step into the city, it gets even stronger. Strangers wave at them. Kids say hello with big smiles. Vendors greet them politely even if they don't buy anything. Neighbors introduce themselves as if they've known them for years. A foreigner visiting for the first time expects to feel like an outsider. But instead, they feel like they were already part of the neighborhood. For many, it's disarming. For some, it's emotional. And for most, it's the moment they realize, this place is different. Not because of the sights, not because of the beaches, but because Filipinos don't greet you like a tourist. They welcome you like family. See, in the West, people are polite. They'll hold the door for you. They'll say please and thank you and have a nice day. It's courteous, it's proper, but it often ends there. In the Philippines, it's different. Here, people aren't just polite, people are warm. And warmth is rare. Warmth is unforgettable. Warmth is what hits foreigners like a wave the moment they settle in. Foreigners arrive with expectations shaped by travel videos and tourist guides. Beautiful beaches, good food, friendly smiles. But what they find instead is something deeper. Humanity, a softness in the way Filipinos speak. A sincerity in the way they look at you when they say, "Kumusta po?" A sense of care woven into the smallest, simplest daily interactions. A kindness that doesn't feel forced, it feels instinctive. Natural, like it's part of the air itself. A gentleness that doesn't feel awkward, it feels comforting. Like someone placing a blanket over your shoulders without being asked. A friendliness that feels real, raw, unfiltered. Human foreigners talk about moments they never forget. A tricycle driver refusing extra payment because you gave too much, sir. A neighbor bringing food during dinner time even if you barely know them. A stranger offering an umbrella during a sudden rainstorm, then walking with you so you don't get wet. It's not just kindness, it's the feeling that people genuinely care about you. Not because you're special, not because you're foreign, but because caring is normal here. And that alone, that simple everyday warmth, makes people stay longer than they planned. Some extend their vacation, some return again and again, and some never go back home. Because once you experience the warmth of the Filipino heart, every other place feels just a little colder. Foreigners say the Philippines feels like one giant support system. Not a country where you survive alone, but a place where people naturally look after each other. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what language you speak. If you're here, you're part of the circle. Neighbors check on you. Not out of curiosity, but out of genuine care. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Have you eaten? Simple questions, but powerful ones. Strangers help you without hesitation. They don't wait for you to ask. They don't expect anything in return. A foreigner once said, "It felt like the whole community had my back even though they didn't know me." And it's true. If a foreigner gets sick, food shows up at their door, soups, rice, fruits, medicine, brought by people who don't want credit, they just want them to get better. If they look lost, a Filipino won't point vaguely and leave. No, they walk with you, side by side, sometimes across several blocks, sometimes under the hot sun, sometimes even while carrying your bags. If something bad happens, a minor accident, a wrong turn, a misunderstanding, people gather instantly. Not to stare, not to judge, but to help. You don't even need to ask. Filipinos just show up. The Philippines teaches one lesson very quickly. You're never alone here. There's always someone looking out for you. Always someone willing to help. Always someone ready to step in, even if you're a complete stranger. Foreigners describe it as emotional safety, a sense that no matter what happens, someone has your back. And once you feel that, once you experience that level of community support, it stays with you, long after you've left, long after the trip ends, long after the passport stamp fades. Because some countries give you scenery, but the Philippines gives you people. And that changes everything. Many foreigners arrive in the Philippines believing one thing: I came here because it's cheaper. Lower rent, cheaper food, better value, but very quickly, they realize something shocking. They didn't move to the Philippines for the cost. They stayed for the quality. Because peace, you can't buy that anywhere. Community, that's not sold in stores. And feeling seen, truly seen, is something their home countries forgot how to give. Back where they came from, life moves like a machine. Fast, loud, competitive, everyone rushing, everyone stressed, everyone isolated. People wake up, grind, rush, and sleep, only to repeat the cycle again and again. But in the Philippines, life has a different rhythm. Life isn't a race, it's a moment. Slow mornings where the sun rises gently, not aggressively. Coffee isn't chugged, it's shared. With a friend, a neighbor, a family member who just walked in uninvited, but welcomed anyway. Families gather around a small table, laughing louder than the food is expensive. It's the kind of joy that doesn't require a big house, just big hearts. Kids play outside, not glued to screens. People talk to each other, not just text. Neighbors chat in front of their homes, no appointments needed, no calendar reminders, just human connection happening naturally. Strangers smile at you on the street. Not because they want something, but because that's who they are. Life feels lighter here, not because there are no problems, but because people face them together. Foreigners didn't know they needed this. They didn't know they were missing it. They didn't know a simple life could feel like a rich life. But the Philippines showed them. Happiness isn't found in luxury. It's found in community. Peace isn't found in silence. It's found in belonging. And love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the small things: a shared meal, a warm laugh, a neighbor checking on you, kids waving at you for no reason, a jeepney ride with strangers who suddenly feel familiar. Foreigners come for the prices, but stay for the life. A life money can't buy. A life many never knew they needed. Until the Philippines gave it to them, without even trying. Something happens to foreigners who stay long enough in the Philippines. At first they arrive with their usual habits. The Western pace, the stiff politeness, the guarded way of interacting with the world. But slowly, almost without noticing, they start to change. Their shoulders relax, their voice softens. Their patience grows. They start smiling. Not out of politeness, but because everyone around them does. Filipino culture has a warmth that doesn't push itself on you. It absorbs you. Foreigners who used to rush everywhere begin to enjoy slow afternoons. They start greeting neighbors by name. They stay longer at the dinner table because conversations are more important than schedules. And then it happens, the small transformations. They start saying po and opo without even thinking about it. Respect becomes natural. They join fiestas not as tourists, but as participants. They eat with their hands at boodle fights. They attend baptisms, birthdays, barangay events, because in the Philippines everyone is invited. They learn that karaoke isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle, a universal language, a bonding ritual. No one cares if you sing badly, what matters is that you sing. They discover that community isn't a concept, it's a daily experience. If someone's cooking outside, they're offered a plate. If someone's celebrating, they're dragged into the party. If someone's grieving, the whole neighborhood comforts them. And foreigners feel something they haven't felt in years: belonging. Not because they tried to fit in, but because Filipinos opened the door for them without hesitation. One foreigner said it perfectly: I didn't move to the Philippines moved into me. They carry the culture in their habits, in their patience, in their kindness, in their laughter. And even if they leave someday, a part of the Philippines will always stay inside them, because this country doesn't just change your address, it changes your heart. So after all the stories, all the explanations, all the comparisons, what is the real reason foreigners stay? It's not the beaches, not the sunsets, not the cheap cost of living. Those things attract people, but they don't transform people. The truth runs deeper. The Philippines gives them something they didn't even realize they were missing: human connection. In many countries, life has become mechanical. People wake up, work, rush, repeat. Everyone is busy, everyone is distant, interactions feel cold, shallow, transactional. But in the Philippines, life feels human again. Here a neighbor doesn't just wave. They ask if you've eaten. A tricycle driver doesn't just drop you off. He tells you to take care. A stranger doesn't just point the way. They walk with you. Someone you met yesterday treats you like someone they've known for years. Foreigners describe it like this. It felt like the world slowed down and finally noticed me. For the first time in a long time, they feel seen. They feel welcomed. They feel included. Not because of what they have, but because of who they are. And this simple, powerful, rare experience hits harder than any tropical view. The Philippines offers something money can't buy, and modern society often forgets: humanity. Warmth, connection, a sense of home. Foreigners may come for the paradise and the beaches, the islands, the adventure, but they stay for the laughter they hear at every corner, for the generosity that never asks for anything back, for the community that makes them feel like they're part of something bigger. They stay because this country makes them feel less like outsiders and more like family. In the end, the real reason is simple. The Philippines doesn't just welcome you, it embraces you. It reminds you what home is supposed to feel like. And that is the part no one expects until they experience it for themselves. If this opened your eyes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the heart of Filipino culture. Because every story here reveals a truth the world needs to hear.